Dear students, greetings to all. In this module, we'll be continuing with our ongoing chapter 7 of Biology, Structural Organization in Animals. In today's module, we will be discussing about the various types of epithelial tissue. That is, we'll be talking about the classification of or the types of epithelial tissue. On the basis of number of layers of cell, epithelial tissue is of two types. The simple epithelium, which is unilayered, and the compound epithelium, which is multi-layered. The simple epithelial tissue. On the basis of cell shape, simple epithelial tissue is further subdivided. So here, when we talk about the simple epithelium, the name given simple, this is because it comprises of single layer of cells. It lines the cavities, ducts and tubes. The simple epithelium is further subdivided into squamous, cuboidal, columnar. It also includes the pseudostratified epithelium. The epithelial tissue, the first one, that is simple squamous epithelium. It is unilayered. When we see the cells, they are flat or scale-like in shape. So the structural organization is of flattened type. They've got a rounded, prominent nucleus. These cells, they are more in width and they are less in length. So when we see them through the vertical section, they appear rectangular in shape. They are also called pavement epithelium because of their tile-like appearance. And the function is to carry out filtration and the diffusion. The location of simple squamous epithelium in the body is it is found in the lining of Bowman's capsule. That's a component of nephron. The descending and ascending limb of loop of Henle present in kidney. The alveoli, which are sac-like structures sac-like structures richly supplied with blood vessels present in the lungs, and they facilitate the process of gaseous exchange. They are also found in the bronchioles, as well as they form the inner lining of blood vessels and the lymph vessels. So here we can see that through the diagrammatic representation, the gaseous exchange is being facilitated. The alveoli, they are rich in oxygen, and therefore the oxygen will diffuse into the blood cells in the tissues, and the oxygen, carbon dioxide from the tissues will move through the alveoli, through the lungs, and then it will be expelled out by the process of exhalation. The cuboidal or the cubical epithelium. The simple cuboidal epithelium, the cells here rest on a basement membrane. The basement membrane is formed by both the epithelial tissue as well as the connective tissue. And we can see that the cells, as the name suggests, the cells, they are cube-like. They've got a rounded nucleus. The length as well as the width of the cells is of same size, and therefore they appear cubical. The function is to carry out absorption, secretion and excretion. They form the gametes in the gonads, and they are found in the glands. Like, for example, the vesicles of thyroid glands. They are also present in the pancreas. They are the unit of sweat gland, the ciliary body of the eye, the loop of Henle. So here we can see in the diagram the Henle's loop being depicted. The DCT of nephron where they are present. So here basically talking about the simple cuboidal epithelium. It carries out the function of excretion, secretion and absorption. The next type of epithelial tissue, simple epithelial tissue, that is columnar epithelium. It comprises of basically column type cells which rest on a basement membrane. The cells, they are pillar-like. We can see it over here. They've got an elongated nucleus. And they carry out the function of absorption and secretion. They are present in the bile duct. So here we can see that the bile duct, which is finally leads up into the small intestine. So they are present in the liver, that's the largest gland in the body, as well as they are found in the bile duct. There are some modifications of this columnar epithelium, like the brush-bordered epithelium where the microvilli are present, the glandular epithelium, the glandular brush-bordered and ciliated columnar epithelium. So here the modification, one of the modification, that is ciliated epithelium. So here the cells, the cuboidal or the columnar cells, in both of them we may find here like structures which are present on the surface. These hair-like structures, they are present in these ciliated cuboidal or columnar epithelium. They're found in bronchioles and fallopian tubes, where in fallopian tubes they help in the movement of the egg, and they also carry the function of movement of particle or the mucus. The modification of cuboidal cells, it can also take as the glandular epithelium, where there are basically two types, the unicellular, comprising of the example goblet cell present in alimentary canal, and the multicellular, the examples are the salivary gland, which secrete the enzyme, that is salivary amylase. Now, depending upon the secretion, the glands are of two types. Either the glands could be exocrine or endocrine, or they could even be heterocrine. Example of heterocrine gland, it's the pancreas, which secretes both enzyme and hormone. And the endocrine glands, they are ductless glands because they do not have ducts or tubes to carry their secretion. They directly secrete the hormones or the enzymes or their secretions into the blood. Whereas the exocrine glands, they've got tubes to carry the secretion in the form of chemical substances which are either the enzyme or the hormones. Later, the compound epithelium, it basically comprises of multi-layered cells. So there are many layers of cells which are present, and it has got limited role in secretion and mechanical stress. It is basically of two types, that is the transitional epithelium and the stratified epithelium. The function is to give protection. They are basically present in the skin, they are present in the buccal cavity, in the mouth region, in the salivary gland. So in this module, we had a detailed discussion on the different types of simple epithelial tissue. Hopefully, you must have garnered all the concepts thoroughly. Thank you.